Hey there, guys, it's Jeremy Cavender with The Level Designer, and I'm here to do another episode for my New York Overwatch map that I've been designing. And this is going to be kind of an interesting video because I'm not going to be working in Unreal Engine 4. I've updated my project to Unreal Engine 5, so I probably won't get into too much detail with the specific features for 5 like nanite or lumen, but this is going to be another just me going through and blocking out more of the level, so we'll kind of see how much we get done with the time that we have today. But to kind of start out, if you're kind of curious on how you update projects for Unreal Engine 5 if they were previously in Unreal Engine 4, all you really need to do is go to your Epic Games launcher right here. And where you see all of your projects in that launcher, you basically just have to go to where you want the project to be updated, or select the project that you want to update, and then right click or just open it, and then you'll see kind of this pop up with all of the different version numbers. So if you just hit 5.0 and hit OK, then that will update the engine version for you on that project. So it's a really easy way to get your older projects started in Unreal Engine 5. So it's a really great way to get everything kind of started. But we're in Unreal Engine 5 now, and of course, if you saw my previous Unreal Engine 5 kind of first impressions video, you'll see that things are a bit different. To open up the content drawer, you have to press Control Space, and that opens that up. One of the things that is kind of interesting though is there's not a, and this is actually how it looks by default. But getting into the geometry mode isn't as clear cut. You do have to go in and enable some plugins. So the first one that you will probably need will be geometry. Just all of the geometry, like geometry cache, I'm guessing maybe might be one that you want. But the biggest one's going to be geometry mode. That should have it to where you can unlock the BSP editing tools and whatnot. And again, I don't know what kind of the overall consensus is for geometry. I think I've heard somewhere that Epic is trying to phase out the geometry tools and replace them with this more robust modeling system, and I kind of went through and kind of played around with some of the cube tool that is there, but I think with this Overwatch map, I want to kind of stick to the actual geometry itself. So what I'm going to do is, last time we kind of spent time going through this area and really working on these areas. I'm going to move some of these images over here so they're on my second monitor, but I do want to kind of keep these windows up so I can kind of get a sense of what I want to do with it. And I might even open up MTV Times Square, because they have kind of like this studio that I want to use. It's kind of like an inspiration, and I might have to do some material work. But we kind of have this map going, and again, if I bring this over here and kind of talk about the map as a refresher. So This map is going to be a map for like a hybrid game mode. So basically, at the first half of the game, you have an attacking team, and then they have to go and attack a certain point that they have to capture. And then, if the attacking team captures the point, then a payload spawns, and then it goes through, and it you have to push the payload to a specific point in order to win. So that's what we are currently working on, is this whole area. So if we go ahead and get started here, blocking things out. So again, to get into the geometry tools in Unreal Engine 5, if you go down here, there should be a place actors panel that you have available, and this will be here if you have I don't know if this is something that you have to have a plugin for, or if it's just here by default. Um, but there might be a place actors plugin. I don't know. Maybe. I don't see anything like that. So, yeah, it might be there by default. But if you go over to the geometry here, you'll see that this is where you want to have that. So this right here is where you can put in a box, and then it will get that into the editor. And again, it's kind of weird. I was kind of stumped earlier today because I was like selecting these sides, and I was like, where do I edit these shapes? You'll have to go down to brush editing. So you have brush editing and place actors. So in a way, it's kind of easier to get into the tools, I guess, but you kind of have to know what you're looking for. But you see right here, it's the same tools that we were using in Unreal Engine 4. So I'll definitely, once all of this initial block out is done, you'll want to convert all of these shapes to static meshes, of course. But I think that this is a really great start to get something going. So I'm kind of exhausted today. Kind of had an early morning, and it's Saturday, but I'm ready to get to work. So we kind of have this area here where there's this a payload. What I might do is I might place in a box, and actually I'm just gonna take this just because I've already created it, and I don't want to have like an extra box over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this here. And what I kind of want to do is I want to add in just a very I just want to add like a little platform or something to kind of show that where the point's gonna be. Oh, jeez. So again, this isn't really going because we need to select this and then rotate it. And we'll just go in there and kind of place that. We want to make it, of course, stick out of the ground. So what I might do is I kind of keep it like that. That would probably be fine. And then in the brush editing, I will try to select one of these sides if I can. There we go. So I'm just going to do this. And as you can see, the pivot point was kind of off. So if that happens, where instead of like doing weird things like this, um, you could actually change the anchor by selecting this like globe, and then it will do it like on a local scale. I guess that's what it is. So you can kind of have a little bit more of a better tuned version of that. But what I want to do is I just want to make an area where the payload is going to be, and players can be able to, see where the point's at. And of course, these areas where the team has to capture, they're pretty large areas. I'm having some issues here where I don't really know. I'm not able to select. There we go. So we probably want to really drag these out and make it really big. Kind of pretty, square-like. Maybe over here. For some reason, when you go over to like, I think like the left-hand side of a shape, it does kind of tend to select. So this would be kind of a nice little area for like a platform. Again, since we're in editing like the geometry, you could actually fine tune this. So if we wanted to have, these areas be a certain kind of, meet at a certain different points, we could definitely do that. So, so that point, we'll select this. I'll kind of move it towards the sidewalk, because what I want to do is I kind of want to have this area kind of fit just the overall size of the street itself. Having it kind of be a box would probably help, but I don't know. I want to see what it might look like if it was a little bit different, So we have this kind of area going here. Again, we might want to even just expand this out. But what I might do instead is I might just add in another block here. I might just add it as just another street. So we go there. That's gonna line up great. So I'm just gonna go over here, and then I will select these sides, and then I'm just gonna move this. So again, this is gonna probably look a bit funky, but hopefully we'll be able to, make a good looking just extension of the street itself. So I've kind of created like extra geometry on the top here. Yeah, select that. Oh, if I can select the select a thing over there, and then I will select this, and then we'll just move this over. Maybe, maybe if it can select it. Great. Great. So, I'm gonna kind of line this up a little bit more just because, I don't know. I do want things to kind of line up a little bit. But what I have here is I have kind of a good continuation of a street, so I can just really expand this out. And what we could do as well is just add in more buildings and whatnot. So again, I kind of have this area here, and this I could actually probably just move more. Or I could just, well, I don't know. I'm not going to add any more to this. Or, actually, yeah, let me extrude this out. So I could actually extrude this out right here. So once I extrude it by going into the brush editing tools and doing that, I could actually extrude it. And then I can move this little piece kind of back into place a bit. And then, we'll just keep it like that. Again, I might want to move it a little bit more. Just a bit. So it matches up a little bit better with the sidewalk. Or you just take it and just move it like that. And maybe what we want to do is kind of move it, adjust it a little bit even more. So maybe we want to have it more aligned with the street. Again, you can take the edge of the street and really move it out as well. So you don't necessarily need to have, you know, things line up entirely, but it's always kind of a nice thing to do. So again, I'm gonna add in just more boxes, and I'm just gonna really just size these up and just have them just get bigger. I'm gonna probably make some really big ones, some tall buildings. And of course, this is gonna be like really tall ones, and it'd probably be better to just go in and maybe go into the individual sides and select them and expand it out. But I think just time wise, it might be just fine to just do it like this. Again, don't feel free to don't don't feel free. Don't do it. Don't hesitate to turn off like the snapping for your rotate and your scale and movement, especially if you need to kind of fine tune something. And then yeah, turn it back on. I do that all the time. So just kind of placing buildings here, it works great. But we kind of I just want to place some more buildings here. Let's say Control D? No, Control W. Not Control W? Control W. Yeah, it's just taking a while. For some reason, and I don't know if this is something that I need to probably check into, but it just seems like doing these shapes like geometry, it just seems like it's a bit more sluggish. And I don't know if that's like Unreal Engine 5 or what that is. But I might look into that a little bit more and just kind of see if there's any settings I need to change specifically for Unreal Engine 5. But that's something to kind of keep in mind if you're wanting to do the geometry stuff in here. So I'm just gonna try to build out different building sizes and might even just do some different things. So if I place a block here, You know, maybe I could have like a little area here, like front um walking path. And again, I mean, no one might even see this, so you could just have that block be there for kind of just a general reference, but you might not specifically build this out. But maybe you want to add to this area and make this look a little bit more different. So what I mean by that is, again, we're gonna duplicate this box here. If it does it, did it do it? No, it didn't. Duplicate. Oh, maybe it was Control D. Was Control W? I don't remember. I think Control W was like the duplicate shortcut for something. It could be for Blender. It could have been for Unity even. I don't really know, but we do have the block now, so we could go in and then edit this. Put it here. Maybe keep in a little space. But what we could do is we can kind of do this. And then we can actually extrude this and place it kind of more out closer to the sidewalk here. But what we could do is we could click this and kind of make like maybe like a little slant. I think we'll might want to move it that way. And I don't know. I mean, you could always experiment with like stuff like this. So if you want to make like a slanted kind of entrance here, of course it's gonna make like extra kind of maybe some weird geometry. So you know, it might not hurt to just kind of play around with this sort of thing and fix different things. So maybe we can like rise that up, and then it looks a little bit more normal, I guess. And maybe there's like a little flagpole. So what we could do is, again, just to add a little bit more detail, not a lot, but maybe you have this, and we could really scale this down too, maybe. So if we wanted to just scale it like that, and just make sure that it's somewhere, maybe like that, and then we could put in another cylinder. Maybe. We'll see what happens. So we can really make. Oh, whoa! We don't want that. Nah. So you have that, and then we could just make this really tall. That might be a bit too skinny. I'm gonna go over here in the scale, and I'm just gonna type in 0.05 and see if maybe that does it. Because what I'm trying to do is I want to make like a little flagpole or something, and I think that's great. I think that is exactly what we need. So I'm just gonna place that right there, and then I'm gonna move that to the center of this area. And again, I'm not gonna make like a little flag or anything, though. I don't know. You might be able to just make like a placeholder. so your artists or your programmers know what is supposed to be there. So, let's make a little flag. Again, it's just going to be probably a box. So it's probably not going to be really anything, but be kind of a nice little indication of what it's supposed to be. And you know what we could even do too? As just kind of like a little challenge. Maybe we could try to see what we could do as far as like making it look kind of realistic. Again, if you're blocking on a level, I probably wouldn't worry too much about like I wouldn't worry too much about like a detail like this, but just something kind of fun for me to do because I am like, yeah, I want to try to do that. That sounds kind of cool. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put that there, and then I'm just going to move this down. I'll move this down. I'm going to extrude this out. And then I'm going to move this way down. And what I'm just trying to do is just kind of make kind of just a little flag shape. So it's not gonna I don't think it's rotating. Well, it's kind of it's a really small flag, but it works. So again, I mean, I think the biggest thing was just trying to get some more stuff here. Again, I'm not quite happy with this. I'm going to go and edit this. I'm going to bring this over. So this should really go out kind of like that, which might be a bit weird. This had an inside, right? I think it did. I'm actually going to move this probably, because I don't think that this is going to be, like, correct. So I think what this needs to do is it needs to come out a little bit more. So what I'm seeing, could be wrong though, but... But the street, I mean, the street's just like kind of becoming just a cone. So it's just kind of like going like this. It's not a really straight street, which is just kind of weird, but whatever. Um, Again, and we can kind of probably fix that by moving this out a bit, but oh no. I think I think that looks kind of a much better though on that side. So I kind of want to work on this area again. Um, we have this area, so I'm gonna actually save everything, because it's always good to save. I'm gonna go into play mode, and I'm just gonna get a feel for the level again. You know, I want to make sure that the scale is good on things. Things don't seem too big, but they don't seem too small. Um, you know, get building size right. I will probably want to kind of create some more buildings over here to kind of block the path. Um, but we might want to kind of add in like another way. I think that's kind of what we have maybe, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll want to add in another kind of blockade, like that's what's over there. Oh, excuse me. Over here. And maybe we can actually put in some buses and like some, we could do some stuff with that. Again, this isn't a really accessible sidewalk. You kind of have to jump to get on there. But again, we could probably add in some bevels or something. I'm sure there's a bevel tool we could we can use to manipulate these. Again, I just want to get a good sense of the scale of everything. So, you know, we have like the huge Empire State Building, which looks great. I think that's perfect. You kind of have this step area for the Times Square, which also looks really great. I have like this kind of police station thing going here. That's really great. Again, we might want to add in some, well, that's not too bad actually. Um, Maybe we need to lower that sidewalk over there and just make sure that it's good. Again, we have kind of this area here where we can move out of. So this is going to be kind of where the payload's going to be. And then we're going to have some areas over here. So, you know, this back here, I don't know if this might actually, I might put a door here and put like a separate room that is the spawnable room, and then people can go through and they can either come up here if they so wish, or they can go down there and protect the thing. And I might even lower these walls a little bit, though. Yeah, I don't know. Um, that's kind of the weird thing is that everything's kind of first I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna lower these faces so they're not popping up. So we do that. I might have to stop this video in about the next 10 to 20 minutes because I do have to go eat lunch with someone. So I'll try to do some more stuff in this video before I leave. It's probably going to be kind of a quick little video to show kind of some of the geometry stuff in Unreal Engine 5. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in another box, and of course what we could do is we can go down here and select subtractive. And that will create that, that door. What I'm going to do though, instead, which I think is going to be kind of better because we can kind of keep the size and everything, is I'm just going to add in this. And that. So we have 90 and then we have 91. So I'm actually going to, ooh, that's going to be kind of interesting. Before I do that though, I'm really going to move this building back. Or what I could do is just, again, I could make another building. So I'm going to actually just make another block. And instead of just sizing it entirely up, scaling it up, um, I'm just going to move the sides individually, just so I have a little bit more overall control over, how this is going to look. Again, I might make this be kind of a smaller building, but definitely keep it big. So what I want to do is I want to add to this back building here, because I want to add in another room for like the spawn area for like the defenders. But there's just not enough building, and instead of just taking this building that exists right here, and instead of just moving this wall back, I'm gonna just add in another kind of area. Maybe it's just an extension to the building. It could be another building. Not entirely sure, but I just want to get another shape in here that's gonna look a little bit more different. And I'm gonna kind of have this intersect with the tunnel too. This tunnel, I'm not really gonna use it for like driving or anything, so I'm totally fine with just cutting things into the side of this tunnel. It's kind of cut off anyway, so it's not going to be that much of a huge difference. But I definitely just want to get some space here going. And one thing that I want to kind of try to keep in mind too, which is something that I haven't really been doing on this level, and I need to pretty much, I probably need to just do this, is a lot of these buildings are gonna have windows. So it's not too far fetched to think that, like, hey, you know, I need to have some windows. But I'm gonna just duplicate these right now, and then I'm just gonna move these over, and then hopefully what this will do is it will just create another building area like this. So we got that. I'm gonna move this over actually. So I might move that over here. Again, I want to make sure that things are not like entirely over. I think that's fine. I am gonna just kind of make this. Just try to make things just kind of be different a bit. Why is this not selecting? Oh, because I think I need to be on the... Oh, come on. Come on now. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So I'm just going to move this over. Probably back a bit. Or this could be like another studio, like a TV studio or something like that. But you do want to keep in mind that we have this kind of connected to like a police station. So instead of, I mean, here's the police station here. Um, maybe this is like an area where maybe there's like some jail cells, and then this could be just kind of another portion of the building, I guess. I don't really know. Or maybe this can be like a courthouse. I like that's the problem is I don't know what these buildings really are. But in like the pictures on Times Square, that's a little like police station. I don't know what is like behind it. And really, I think in reality, I think the police station is like I think this is actually kind of like separated from whatever this building is. So I mean, it could be just a little I don't know. Um or maybe this area right here is just the police station and then back here is just a general kind of office lobby. We could probably do that. Um, Try to figure that out. But I wanted to add in something there. Oh, one of the things I want to try to focus on is um, one of the things I want to try to focus on is something like this, where MTV has like its own little studio, and then there's a bunch of windows and whatnot. That could be this building, but I might actually want to have that be right here. And again, we could always look at kind of the real life images and see what all that looks like. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. And actually, what we should probably do before we do that, I think what we should do is we should recreate um, one of the buildings I was wanting to kind of recreate. If I could find it, I don't really know. Is it like a stock ticker building or? I mean, you have the stock ticker building. I think that's is that the same? No, that's like a different building. And then we also have like buildings like this, which are pretty famous. We could put that at like one of the corners. Again, just something to kind of we can actually probably easily build that too. We'll just have to find a good spot for it. Maybe like right here would be a good place for it. So if we just select this, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of move this back. And then I'm going to move this back as well. So what I want to do is I want to kind of make like so what I'm kind of seeing here, and I might even like expand this or make it bigger. Open image, new tab. So what I'm seeing here is like there's kind of like a main building, and what I could do is I could add on to this and maybe add something like this. It might not be entirely accurate with what this is, but I could definitely get some inspiration from this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back just a little bit more. And then I want to move this side back just because. And we can also add in some more to this building as well, but I'm going to go ahead and add in that cylinder. And what I want to do is I'm trying to think of like what I should do, because you have this going, and then just really size it out. I'll rotate it a bit. I think they'll be fine. So this I'm gonna move up. What I want to do, so I want to move it up a good amount, and I might even move the camera and kind of compare the size of this. So I might move it down just maybe a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to kind of try to cut out a little, just a little space on the side of this building. And then I'm going to kind of replace it with like a smaller piece. Or I'm going to attempt to do something like that. So I'm going to go into here and go to subtractive. That's going to make this look really weird. What I want to do is I'm going to duplicate this. And then I'm going to go to additive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move this entirely into this spot right here. So I'm just trying to make this look more like kind of just a general entrance that people might want to go into. So I think you just keep kind of moving around blocks and whatnot, and so that's kind of lined up a bit, but this isn't really. So we can kind of continue to kind of work on it a bit. And we might not be able to add in like I don't know, it might not be able to be like super perfect, but we can kind of get a general kind of idea going. Something like that. I think that would be fine to kind of just illustrate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this again. Is that going to work? I think so. I'm just going to make it much bigger. I'm going to size it and try to have the outside try to hide this little area here in the middle. I have to pull it forward. There we go. And again, I'm just gonna try to just kind of match this up the best I can. Um, excuse me. I'm not quite done yet though. I want it to kind of be up here a bit. So we have that going. And again, this is gonna be this is probably gonna be a layered kind of cake building is like what I like to call it. So instead of just having it be that tall right there, I could just move this. And then this itself will be like super tall. And the great thing about these geometry shapes too is it has like sides that you have, but we could actually you know, add more sides. So you have that. So you know, we could have more of a rounded marquee. And again, we could add in a bunch of textures here and stuff. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to add in another one of these billboards. So I'm going to go ahead and add in another box. I'm just going to have that. Because again, this is, if we kind of look at the reference image, you can see that it has kind of this billboard right here. And again, the more that we detail out the level, I mean, we can really go in and we could really work on, you know, like storefronts like right here and whatnot. So I think that's all kind of important to kind of keep in mind when we're making this this level. Is you know, there can and there will be a lot more detail on these buildings, but we might want to hold off right now until we can get more of the level blocked out. But I'm just gonna get kind of, you know, your general billboards up and going here. So I'm just gonna have that go up there. I think that's perfect size. So with this, you know, we can go in here and we can also, we should be able to extrude. But then we can edit, and then we can actually, should be able to size this down. And might even go in and move some of these sides so they meet up with the edge of the building itself. Again, it'd probably be much easier to just do this, where you just add in another block and then just do it. like that, which is probably what I'm actually going to do instead. So instead of extruding and doing all that work, I'm just going to add in another box. Um, Before I do that, I'm going to save. I might actually save there and end the video. It's been about an hour. Um, I didn't get too much into building new stuff, but I think that I figured out some more kind of just stuff to place in the level and kind of flesh out this kind of starting area a little bit more. So I think that's kind of a good stopping point. Um, so again, we'll continue to work on this level, and hopefully it will be something that will be great. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you are interested in my other videos, or if you can't wait to get the next episode, feel free to subscribe. And if there's any questions that you have, or if you have any feedback, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll be able to reach out and help you out with anything if you have anything to ask. So again, I appreciate everybody, and I hope you have a great weekend and you have a good day. See ya.